Breaking news! The whispers are getting louder across the AFC West. Something big is brewing in Denver. But what if I told you that behind the scenes, rivals are starting to panic? What if I told you that not only are analysts impressed with the Broncos roster, but even diehard Raiders and Chiefs insiders are admitting that this might be the most complete Broncos team we've seen in over a decade? And what if Bo Nix isn't just a rookie sensation, but the beginning of a dynasty? The tension is real behind closed doors in the division, and I've got some major developments to share with you. We know the Broncos have one goal, the Super Bowl. And if that's the mission, Sean Payton is assembling his arsenal with deadly precision. I'm about to unpack everything that's got the AFC West shaking, step by step. But before we dive deep, make sure you've hit that like button only if you're a real Broncos fan. If you've been repping this team since the John Elway days, drop a comment that says, "Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue." Let's get into it. Alright, let's get straight to it. Around the league, the Denver Broncos are turning heads. Not just with fans, but with rivals too. The top content creators from both the Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs are giving respect where it's due. They're genuinely impressed with what Denver is building on both sides of the ball. When rivals start recognizing your talent, you know you're doing something right. Let's talk wide receivers. Courtland Sutton is locked in. Pat Bryant is being pegged as a breakout star. And Marvin Mims? The buzz is that he's no longer just a gadget player or a special teams ace. He's becoming a legitimate wide receiver threat. In his final 5 games last season, Mims lit up playoff-caliber teams, notching multiple 2-touchdown games and stacking up 5 touchdowns overall. He's added polish to his game, evolving from a one-route Oklahoma burner into a versatile weapon. If this development continues, Marvin Mims could be a name we're chanting all season long. Now, let's turn to the run game. This is where things get really interesting. R.J. Harvey is getting early nods as a future star. But the real X factor? J.K. Dobbins. He was arguably the best back in the division last year, and now he's wearing orange and blue. The only question with J.K. has ever been his health. Here's the thing, Denver might have solved that. The team brought in Bo Landry from LSU, and under his watch, the Broncos have been the healthiest team in the league 2 years in a row. Add in a new health tech specialist from the Golden State Warriors, and the strategy is clear. Keep these guys on the field. If J.K. stays healthy, this running back room, featuring Tyler Batty, Blake Watson, and the promising Audrey Estime, might be the most dangerous in the NFL. But as explosive as this offense might be, it's the defense that's giving the rest of the AFC West nightmares. The secondary is a fortress. Pat Surtain, best cornerback in football, full stop. Riley Moss, before his injury, showed flashes of elite play, and he's expected to bounce back hard. Then there's the wild card, John A. Barron. Not signed yet, but insiders expect him back. If he is, this secondary could be top 3 league-wide. According to PFF, Denver is already ranked 3rd in the NFL for secondaries, just behind Kansas City and Baltimore. And if you're asking me, Denver belongs at number 1. And while some rival fans may argue their safety depth is stronger, they can't touch our cornerback talent. Surtain isn't just Pro Bowl material, he's Defensive Player of the Year caliber. His peers and the league recognize it. If Warnock can stay healthy and Riley Moss returns to form, Denver might boast the best cornerback duo in the league. The defensive backfield is loaded with upside and depth that rivals simply can't match. Let's not forget about Bo Nix. This kid isn't just surviving, he's thriving. He didn't even throw his first touchdown until week 4 last year, yet still finished with the second most TDs by a rookie in NFL history. That includes more than Jaden Daniels and, yes, even Patrick Mahomes in their respective rookie campaigns. People talk about sophomore slumps, but Bo's showing no signs of that. This is the first time in his career he has offensive continuity. And let's be real, if the league was going to figure him out, it would have happened late last season. It didn't. That's why Broncos fans should be hyped. There's always the question, what if Bo becomes another flashy stat guy like Justin Herbert, exciting but falling short in the playoffs? But here's the difference, Denver's building the right way around him. Sean Payton has the tools to shape Bo Nix into something even greater, something sustainable. If Nix is the real deal, the Broncos have 4 golden years on a rookie contract to stack this roster and make a legit Super Bowl push. The window is wide open, because here's the truth, this roster is built differently. It's not just hype or off-season optimism. The foundation is solid, and it's getting respect from corners of the NFL that used to mock us. The Broncos aren't just aiming to be competitive, they're aiming to dominate. And it's not just about talent. It's about health, chemistry, and coaching. Sean Payton has made it very clear, the mistakes of last season won't be repeated. If Bo Nix was asked to throw too much, that's changing. The emphasis now is balance. A relentless ground game with a deep running back room. A young, poised quarterback with better protection and more weapons. A defense that suffocates opponents and a secondary that takes away entire halves of the field. Let's zoom back in on Bo Nix for a second. There's no question the league's eyes are on him. But when you consider his late start last year and still ending the season with record-setting stats, the ceiling is sky high. He's not just a system quarterback, he's proving to be a gamer. The Broncos are finally giving him stability. He has a full offseason under Sean Payton, and he's surrounded by players who are stepping into their own, like Pat Bryant and Marvin Mims. The offense isn't relying on stars of the past anymore. It's evolving into something more dynamic. And let's talk about that evolution. There's this undercurrent in the conversations coming from division rivals. They're not sure how to stop Denver this year. The Raiders content creator openly admitted how hard it was watching a former Bronco tear it up for Kansas City in the playoffs. That stings, but it's also a reflection of the kind of depth Denver's been developing. When a cast-off becomes a playoff weapon for a rival, it tells you Denver has been sitting on talent that just needed better utilization. Now, it's being used right. Whether it's a revamped run game or young receivers finally being given the platform to perform, this year feels different. That's not just fan talk. It's echoed by analysts, rivals, and even neutral observers. Even the Chiefs content creator admitted Denver's secondary might actually be better than theirs. That's no small compliment. That's recognition of a group led by Pat Surtain, who is already being touted by some as the best corner in football, and backed up by names like Riley Moss, John A. Barron, and a rising safety in Juana. This unit could wreak havoc on the AFC. We've also got a team that's now investing seriously in keeping players healthy. That's often overlooked in discussions, but it's a massive edge. Injuries derail potential contenders every year. The Broncos, with Bo Landry running the medical ship and new tech from the Golden State Warriors health team, are clearly ahead of the curve. This isn't just science, it's strategy. Denver is building a team that can withstand the grind of a full season and still be firing come January. That's why when people compare Bo Nix to someone like Justin Herbert, it's worth asking, what if Denver does what the Chargers couldn't? What if we build around Nix the right way? Because if Sean Payton and George Payton can get this right over the next few years, there's a real chance that Denver isn't just sneaking into the playoffs. They could be hosting games, making deep runs, and finally bringing that Lombardi trophy back to Mile High. So Broncos fans, it's your turn now. We've heard from the rivals, we've seen the analysis, and we know what this team looks like on paper. But you tell me, do you think Bo Nix is the real deal? Is he the quarterback to finally take Denver back to the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned because we've got exclusive content, more player interviews, and breakdowns coming your way all season long. Go Broncos! Football is almost here, and this is just the beginning. Now click on the next video right here on your screen, and let's keep this Broncos conversation rolling.